I can tell you in 2 seconds.
I feel like something's wrong with that. 5:50. 5:50 tip-off game. There we go. 5:50 tip-off game tomorrow evening.
No, that's incorrect. 4:10. You had it right.
Okay.
4:10 against the North Summit Braves.
Hey.
It's weird because the bottom of the bracket
switches up.
It switches up. Yep.
South Sevier wins the tip. Kansas Mills left wing comes out to Caitlin Nilsson. Right side high to Patterson. Into the corner she goes to Miller. Miller dribbles into the key, nothing there. Picks it up, comes back up top to Patterson. Works right to the left side. Nilsson, Mills, left wing back to Patterson. Dribbles into the key, spins against the defense of Brown, and Brown ties her up. Jump ball, gives it to the Beavers.
Yeah, Gentry Brown, she anticipated the move to the left, and she was standing there, so when the ball came around, just 2 hands on it.
So winner gets North Summit. The loser will play Intermountain Christian tomorrow in the consolation semifinals. Left side high with it is Brown, and a reach-in foul will be called on Caitlin Nilsson. First foul of the game goes on the Rams.
Yeah, similar play, only that time Nilsson didn't have the advantage and come across the arm.
Brown to inbound. Brings it into Lurth. Backdoor for Elisa. Miller recovers and knocks it out of bounds. Remains Beaver basketball on the baseline.
Yeah, I wondered if Elisa actually touched that at the end, but she did not, so Beaver basketball.
Bradshaw to inbound underneath. 4 around the perimeter. Right corner. They go to Marshall. Up top now to Brown. Left side high to Lurth. Has the ball knocked away by Nilsson. And she'll drive in. Got a bump. Gets the basketball off the glass. No good on the runner by Lurth. And the rebound to Miller.
Yeah, great defense as they did not allow Lurth with the contact. So she had to come up with a hard shot.
Jensen up top guarded by Elisa. Hands it off to Miller. Miller goes right wing to Mills. Mills pump fake, and foul will be called on her drive as she tried to get around Lurth, and Lurth picks up her first foul.
Yeah, Lurth just moving to her right, and so as it was Mills, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Mills goes to the right. She had Lurth, and she reached out and grabbed.
Nelson to inbound, 4 around the key in a box set for the Rams. Looking inside, nothing there. Now lobs it out for Miller.
That was close.
That was very close to the 5. Now Nilsson takes it up top to Jensen. Jensen hands it off to Patterson, right wing. Patterson works away around the perimeter, right to left. Gives it up for Miller. Miller left to right. Hands to Nilsson. 20 seconds on the shot clock. They play keep away up top. Has the ball poked away, but Patterson runs it down near the timeline. Guarded by Bradshaw. Crosses over, drives left, muscles their way to the hoop. Off the glass, no good. Rebound by Jensen. Back up and in, and South Sevier strikes first.
Yeah, Kinley Jensen with a strong rebound. She did not have the greatest position, but he had the best timing as she puts it back up and in.
Comes the half-court trap now from South Sevier. Marshall goes left side high to Bradshaw. Tries to get it down the lane, not there. Now goes high post to Lurth. Lurth drives left side, puts it up, no good. Took a bump, didn't get a foul called, and the rebound to South Sevier.
Yep, Nilsson stepped 1 step back and didn't get the call.
Left side high, Patterson. Comes out to Nilsson. 6:05 to go in the first quarter, 2-0 South Sevier. Nilsson spins against the defensive Brown. Throws it up off the glass, no good. I think she wanted to go to Jensen, and the window closed.
Yeah, no, she got caught in the air, and honestly, it was either a travel or take the shot. She made the right decision, just off the mark.
Brown driving baseline, lobs inside for Elisa. Ball got knocked free. Elisa catches it, misses the shot, but free throw's coming.
Yeah, really great job. Talia Elisa has such strong hands, and so she went up after that one in traffic. She pulled away from 2 Rams, and absolutely.
Foul on Kansas Mills is her first, team second. Elisa looking to get the Beavers on the board from the charity stripe.
Already we're seeing the defense of these 2 teams. 1 bucket in the game.
First free throw is good for Elisa.
Talia Elisa, solid player. You look, 5 and 5, solid players. There's no weak spots on these 2 teams.
Second free throw, good. Tied at 2. Nielsen will bring it up the floor for the Rams. 2-2 your score. Right side it goes to Patterson. Patterson on a slip screen for Jensen. Got it to her in the low block. Being triple team, puts it up off the glass, no good. Jensen her own rebound. Kicks it out to the wing to Nilsson. Up top to Patterson. Straight away 3. Off the rim, no good. Elisa the rebound for the Beavers.
Knocked away, but picked back up.
Bradshaw the other way. Goes to the wing. Back to Bradshaw in the short corner. Puts up the 10-footer. Partially blocked air ball, and the rebound taken by Nilsson. South Sevier the other way. Bounces into the right corner to Patterson. Hands back to Nilsson on the wing. Lobs it back up top to Patterson. Fakes a handoff as she picks it up in the left junction. Goes right junction to Jensen. Out to Nilsson. Nilsson picks her up her dribble to the free throw line. Gets it out to Mills. Mills right side.
They're not going to let Kansas Mills shoot from out there easily.
Jensen steps out for the long two and knocks it down. Kinley Jensen, the 17-footer. She has 4.
They count that as a 2?
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful shot. That was under pressure. She still sunk it.
Skip pass right side. Marshall has it for the Beavers. Lobs into Elisa. Got great position for the right side lay-in. Tied back up at 4.
Yeah, what a beautiful entry pass by Marshall as she put it perfect. Elisa's hand up, hits the left hand. She put it back up and in.
Nelson across the timeline, guarded by Brown. Right wing to Jensen. Lobbed in for Patterson, who cut out instead, and as a result, it's a South Sevier turnover, their second of the game. Beaver with a chance to take their first lead. Right wing Marshall looking for Elisa, and 3 South Sevier players there, and they knocked it away from each other, really.
Yeah, Marshall actually got really lucky on that one because that one was, there were 2 Rams just waiting for that pass. And you can see one of the plans is not to let Talia Elisa get that position underneath.
Crum comes in for Marshall. She has it left side high. Bounces right side to Brown. Steps back for the long 3. Off the rim, no good. And the rebound by Nilsson.
Yeah, great box out by both Jensen and as well as Mills.
Left corner Miller. Comes out to the wing to Patterson. Under 4 to go in the first quarter. 4-4 your score. Up top Miller with it. Fake left, gonna drive right. Gets through the defense. Blocked on the shot by Bradshaw. And then a rebound goes out of bounds off of Beaver. South Sevier ball on the baseline.
Yeah, a lot of contact.
Lots of contact.
Only 2 team fouls on the Rams, 1 on the Beavers.
Kansas Mills, Ashton Miller get a breather as they bring in Parsons and Buck Miller. Nielsen to inbound. Pass comes in right side to Buck Miller. Gets it out to Patterson. Skips it to Jensen. Guarded by Elisa. Drives in against her. Gets to the baseline. Double team comes. Tries to pass it out. And it's taken away by the Beavers.
Yeah, Lena Lurth comes up with it.
Bradshaw now has it. Behind the back dribble. They're still tied at 4. Beaver looking for their first lead. Right wing to Crum. Pass inside for Elisa. Kicks it out left wing to Bradshaw. Into the corner to Brown. 3 on the way. Off the rim. No good. Patterson the rebound for South Sevier. Up ahead she comes to Nielsen. Bradshaw diving pass. Trying to make the catch. Doesn't get there. Jensen blocked from behind by Elisa. Brittany Crum tries to save it. And it does as she throws it off the leg of Jensen.
The defense, 4-4, 3:13 left in the first. Both teams with already highlight reel plays on the defensive side. Unbelievable. This is great, isn't it?
Bradshaw across the timeline. And her pass is taken away by Nilsson. Caitlin Nilsson down the floor with Gentry Brown on her hip. Right side layup is good.
Yeah, and that was just some presence for Nilsson. As she took her time, she knew she had the angle, and it would have required a foul to stop that layup.
Bradshaw across. Picked up by Patterson in the trap. Goes right wing to Crum. Looking for Elisa inside. Dribbles to the short corner. Pull up 12-footer. Off the backside of the rim. No good. Rebound to Brown. Passes across to Elisa. Back to the high post to Brown. Puts up the runner from 10 feet. Off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound by Lurth on the baseline. Kicks it out to Elisa. 8-footer on the way. Nothing but net. Talia Elisa with 6.
Yeah, she's got all 6 of Beavers' points. Was that the 3rd tie of the game already?
Yes, it is.
Not a lead change,
4-4, 6-6.
Yep.
2:20 to go in the quarter. Caitlin Nilsson goes to the corner to Jensen. Skips it out to Buck Miller. Fake left, dribbles right. Lobs in for Parsons off her hand, and it's picked up by Bradshaw. 4 turnovers already for South Sevier. Pass down the floor to Elisa. Puts it up off the back of the rim. Got it to go. Elisa with all 8 for the Beavers, and they have their first lead.
First lead change. It's Leah Elisa. You saw the hands, the strength, but then also the ability to put it back up and in.
Timeout called by Coach Johnson for South Sevier. 1:56 to go in the first quarter. Beaver 8, South Sevier 6 in this 2A girls quarterfinal on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a professional, personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they are committed to providing value beyond the project. It is their goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Serving our local communities is something they are proud of, and it has been their privilege to do so for the past 40 years. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
We come out of the timeout, 8-6 your score. Beaver with the lead. South Sevier basketball with 1:56 to go in the first quarter. Talia Elisa, all 8 points for the Beavers.
Yeah, it's Jensen and Elisa. It's the inside players right now, early on.
Right wing it goes to Patterson. Off the screen by Parsons. Looks to drive in. Got cut off. Comes out to Goebel. They go right side now to Parsons. Parsons spins against the pressure. Kicks it out left side to Nilsson. Nilsson going to drive the lane. Got cut off. Comes up top to Patterson. And Patterson kind of hop-stepped and a whistle for the travel. Already the 5th South Sevier turnover.
And I think what happened is Nilsson actually fell down, and Patterson was going to come off a screen. So I think that hop was kind of anticipation of the screen that couldn't be.
Abigail Cox into the game, and Brittany Bastion as well for Beaver. Now, reaching foul will be called on Sydney Patterson. That'll be her first, team's third. It'll be Beaver basketball on the baseline.
You know, Sydney Patterson, she's got the quick hands. I've been amazed. It seems like she should be a senior. She's played since the freshman year, but quick hands that time got the arm.
Bradshaw inbounds, goes out to Brown. Left side high, Crum, 3 on the way. Nothing but net. Brittany Crum with a big three-pointer, and it's an 11-6 Beaver lead.
Yeah, Brittany Crum, that's a 5-0 run by the Beavers, but Brittany Crum, it's actually a 7-0 run.
7-0 run.
Yep.
Buckmiller with it, cut off on the drive, and a foul will be called on Beaver. That one will go against Brittany Crum. Her first, team's second.
So Brittany Crum has a smooth stroke. That was at the college three-point line. We've seen that cause problems for some teams, not for Brittany Crum, that shot.
Nelson to inbound, 4 around the key again on a box set. Looking inside, nothing there, lobs out for Patterson. Patterson gives it up to Goebel. Goebel going right to left, goes left corner to Buckmiller. Pump fake, guarded by Bradshaw, looking to drive baseline, has the ball poked away, but Parsons picks it up. Comes out left wing to Patterson. A minute to go in the quarter. Patterson drives down the lane, off the glass, round the rim, and drops it in.
Yeah, first bucket for Sydney Patterson is a dandy as she goes to the right side. That's a tough bucket.
Right side high, Crum with it. Up top she comes. Swinging around left wing to Bradshaw. Bradshaw takes a hip check from Caitlin Nilsson, and that'll be her second, team's 4th.
Yeah, Caitlin Nilsson just didn't quite have the angle and tried the bump anyway and picks up foul number 2. She'll get a rest.
Yeah, her and Buckmiller go out. Miller and Mills come back in for the Rams. 3-point Beaver lead, 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Pass up top is knocked away by Mills, but Bradshaw gains control of it. Looking inside, nothing there. Now she does get it in, and a foul called as Brittany Bastion went for the shot, and she draws the foul on Kinsey Parsons.
Yeah, Parsons kind of bailed out Bastion as she was underneath the basket. Didn't really have a chance at making that, and but the foul anyway.
First foul on Parsons, 5th team foul this quarter on South Sevier. 31 seconds to go in the quarter. First free throw from Bastion, good.
Yeah, solid free throw for Britley. Whenever this one takes on the North Summit Braves, and that will be another great game. From here on out, the games just get better.
Yes, they do. Second free throw, good as well as Bastion makes them both. 2 points off the bench for her. Back to a 5-point Beaver lead, 13-8. Shot clock turned off here at the end of the first quarter. Patterson right side high. Goes to Mills. Ball got knocked away, though, by Crum, and Crum had it. Miller takes it right back for South Sevier. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Miller guarded tight by Bradshaw. Gives it up for Patterson on the logo, under 10. Patterson dribbles left side down the lane, steps to the defense, off the glass, no good. Rebound to Bradshaw. Down the floor, she gets it up ahead. Driving is Cox, off the glass, off the rim, no good. And that will be how the first quarter comes to an end through the first 8 minutes. It's number 4 Beaver 13, number 5 South Sevier 8 in this 2A girls quarterfinal on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
As tax season once again approaches, remember Kimball & Roberts at 176 North Main in Richfield. Kimball & Roberts will save you time and stress this year when they file your state and federal taxes. The tax professionals at Kimball & Roberts know and understand all the new tax codes and lingo, so you don't have to. They can also help you find deductions and credits that you may miss. Skip the stress and headache and visit Kimball & Roberts at 176 North Main in Richfield or call 896-6488.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Your connection for high school sports, Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
We're back here at the America First Event Center. 13-8 Beaver with the lead. South Sevier basketball to start the second quarter. And pass is immediately kicked out of bounds by Crum. Mills will inbound it again. Goes into the backcourt to Patterson. We'll look at some of the first quarter numbers here after this possession by South Sevier. Right wing Miller. Looking inside for Jensen, who's back into the game. Comes high right instead to Goebel. Skips left side to Patterson. Up top Miller. Fake left, looking to drive right, goes to the wing to Goebel. High post to Jensen. Jensen dribbles in, kicks it back left wing to Patterson. Patterson cut off on the drive by Bradshaw. Comes out to the wing to Goebel. Goebel puts up the shot against the double team, air ball. Jensen the rebound to the wing to Mills for three. Knocks it down. Kansas Mills, first basket of the game.
Kansas Mills, a thorn in the side of the Beavers as she knocks down first three in the game for the Rams.
13-11 your score. What do we see in those shooting numbers that first quarter, Scott?
Beaver shooting 33%, South Sevier 36%. South Sevier leading on the boards and the turnovers.
You don't want to lead on the turnovers.
Pretty close. No, that kind of balanced those two out.
Three-pointer on the way for Taisley Marshall. The bank is open for Marshall. Off the glass and in.
They'll take it any way they come. The senior knocks down a three.
Patterson drives left side down the lane. Blocked by Bradshaw. Out of bounds, and Bradshaw talking to her afterward.
Danzy Bradshaw. How athletic was this as you watch the replay? She goes up and you know, she swipes down, but keeps the arm away from the player.
Mills to inbound, lobs out for Patterson. Right junction now to Jensen. Left side high to Mills. Thought about the step back, instead hands to Miller. Miller comes left side high to Patterson. Out to Goebel. Inside to Jensen, working on Elisa. Turnaround shot off the glass, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Miller, Beaver basketball.
Yeah, Miller did a good job of just not getting the contact over Brown, but that's really the only play she had.
5-point Beaver lead, that ties their largest. They can add to it here. 6.5 to go in the first half. 16-11 Beaver. Bradshaw across the timeline. Up ahead to Brown. Gets it to Elisa down the lane. Out to Bradshaw. Cut off on the drive. Lobs to the corner to Marshall. She'll set for three again. This one's off the glass but doesn't go in. Long rebound is ran out by Goebel for South Sevier. Gets it to the wing to Mills. Transition three. In and out. Rebound by Patterson. Goes back up off the glass and in. Sydney Patterson with four.
Yeah, so 5-3 run for South Sevier, cuts into the lead. What's interesting, Danzy Bradshaw without a point for the Beavers.
Gentry Brown left wing. She'll rise for three over the sagging defense. No good. Long rebound. Bradshaw has it. Thought about the deep three. Instead dribbles it out and goes left side to Brown. Brown working her way around the perimeter. Kicks it into the corner to Marshall. Pass down the lane for Elisa. Ball got knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by Mills. Beaver basketball on the baseline.
Yeah, that pass just a little bit hard, a little bit inside. And luckily it goes off the Rams for the Beaver High School Beavers.
Caitlin Nielsen back into the game with her two fouls for South Sevier as Goebel checks out. Bradshaw to inbound. Off the back of Mills, makes the catch, misses the shot, but free throws coming for Danzy Bradshaw.
Yeah, Bradshaw just caught the player. I think you'll see this on the replay. Caught the player with her back to the ball completely, and she'll do this every time as she gets it and goes up. Foul to Patterson. That's number two. So Nielsen and Patterson both with two fouls.
First free throw from Bradshaw. Off the back of the rim, no good.
So far in the game, 4 for 4 for the Beavers. No free throws yet for the South Sevier Rams. 4 for 5, should have said.
Yes, 4 for 5 now.
They were 4 for 4. Now they're 4 for 5. 5 for 6.
5 for 6 as Bradshaw gets her first point. It's a 4-point Beaver lead, 17-13. 5:38 to go in the first half. Patterson right wing to Nielsen. Looking to drive right, got cut off by Brown. Comes out to Mills. Left side high Patterson. One-hand pass right wing to Nielsen. Into the corner to Mills. Sets blocked on the three by Lurth, and Lisa has it for the Beavers.
Yeah, Lurth very long as she uses the long arms to tip it off.
Now Sydney Patterson with the steal from Bradshaw. Numbers for South Sevier. Patterson lobs left side to Nielsen. Back to Patterson on the bounce pass. Off the glass and in. Patterson with 6.
Yeah, she gets rewarded with the steal and then great passing by South Sevier. Patience. Good defense by the Beavers, but better execution by the Rams.
Jetcher Brown with it, skips it to Marshall, under the corner to Bradshaw. Trap comes, she goes high post to Lurth. To the wing to Marshall, back to Bradshaw in the corner. Defense flying at her, Kinley Jensen. Bodies are up and a foul will be called on Jensen.
Yeah, I was afraid Jensen might have got hurt, but she's okay.
Her first, team's second this quarter.
She almost landed on Bradshaw as Bradshaw gave a good head fake.
Brittany Crum into the game for Taisley Marshall. Beaver basketball on the near sideline. Brown to inbound. Throws it up top, and Elisa has it, and a foul will be called on Caitlin Nielsen, who tried to jump the passing lane as she picks up her third and the team's third this quarter with 4:51 to go in the second.
Yeah, that's just not a great foul. As you know, Nielsen, you got to play aggressive, but with 2 fouls, you know, you can't have one of your senior leaders on the bench.
Pass comes into Bradshaw. Picks up her dribble, goes right wing to Crum. Thought about the deep three, now dribbles to the short corner. Gets trapped there. Passes it back out to Lurth. Lurth looking for Elisa, got it to her. Backside help was late, and Elisa now with 10.
Yeah, beautifully done. Great job by Lurth. You know, she dribbled into traffic, but used those long arms to get a pass up into Elisa.
19-15 Beaver. Left wing Miller. Works way to the free throw line and goes to Goebel, into the corner to Patterson. Comes out to Mills, guarded tight by Crum. Back to Patterson on the wing. Off the screen by Jensen. Cut off on the drive, faces up. Goes left wing to Mills. Mills takes a bump by Crum, and that will be the second on Brittany Crum. First team foul on Beaver this quarter.
Yeah, same kind of situation with Nielsen, and that will immediately get, we call it the penalty box. Get 2 fouls in the first half. You will not see Brittany Crum barring something sensational in this first half.
So Tayslee Marshall back into the game for the Beavers. Pass comes into Patterson. Takes it on the SUU T-Bird logo. Works her way right side high. Backdoor cut by Mills, makes the catch off the glass, round the rim, and it fell off. Goebel had the rebound, gets tied up by Lurth, and that'll give it to the Beavers.
Yeah, Goebel did a really nice job of sneaking in and getting the board, and then Lurth with the quick hands ties it up. Beaver basketball.
Up the floor comes Bradshaw. Ahead to Brown. Skips it right side to Bradshaw on the wing. Lobs in for Elisa, makes the catch. Backside help late again, and Elisa with the finish on the right side. She has 12.
Good heavens, Talia Elisa just playing so well underneath the basket. Great position and great hands.
Largest lead of the game is now 6 for the Beavers, 21-15. Miller goes right wing to Patterson. Patterson dribbles to the middle of the key. Gets it underneath to Miller. Miller puts it up over Marshall. Air ball hard. Elisa the rebound for the Beavers.
I love the idea. Might have used the glass there.
Left wing Lurth looks to go down the lane, and Patterson comes up with a steal. One hand pass up ahead to Goebel. Goebel down the floor for Miller. Got a little deep. Pump fake. Defense flies by. Goes to Jensen. Defense is there to knock it away. Miller gets it back.
I think a good job to reset for South Sevier. That was not working out underneath.
Goebel puts up a long 2 off the dribble. Missed it short, and the rebound to Elisa. And a timeout called by Coach Marshall. 2:57 to go in the first half. It's Beaver 21, South Sevier 15 in this 2A girls quarterfinal on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
As tax season once again approaches, remember Kimball & Roberts at 176 North Main in Richfield. Kimball & Roberts will save you time and stress this year when they file your state and federal taxes. The tax professionals at Kimball & Roberts know and understand all the new tax codes and lingo, so you don't have to. They can also help you find deductions and credits that you may miss. Skip the stress and headache and visit Kimball & Roberts at 176 North Main in Richfield or call 896-6488.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
We're back here at the American First Event Center at the Southern Utah University. Let's give you a quick score update on the 4-5 matchup in Richfield at the Sevier Valley Center. Emory, the 5 seed, leading number 4 Judge, 15-14 in the second quarter of that one.
The best games, 4-5, are awesome matchups.
Go down to Elisa. Up top to Bradshaw. Left wing Brown. Underneath to Lurth. Puts it up against Jensen. Might have partially got blocked. Rebound by Elisa. Back to Lurth. Puts it back up. Blocked again. Got it back again. This time she draws the foul. Free throws coming for Alina Lurth.
Now that, I don't think it's on Patterson. No, it's not. It's going to be on number 5, Ashton Miller. But I was afraid it was on Patterson, which would have been number 2.
Well,
3,
number 3, yeah. That's the first on Miller. 4th team foul this quarter on South Sevier. And Alina Lurth at the free throw line, looking for her first points.
It's interesting, Coach Johnson leaving Patterson on the floor with the 2 fouls as, dangerous. You've already got Nielsen on the bench with 2 and rolling the dice just a little bit, especially the way that Sydney plays. She's so good with the hands and the defense.
Free throw good by Lurth. Kinsey Parsons into the game for Ashton Miller for South Sevier. Second free throw, short off the rim, and Parsons the rebound for the Rams. 7-point Beaver lead. That's the largest of the game. 22-15, 2.5 to go in the first half. Patterson up top. Picks up her dribble. Goes left junction to Parsons. Backdoor cut to Mills. Scoop with the right hand. No good off the glass. Elisa the rebound.
Yeah, got a little bit intimidated by the help coming.
Bradshaw, in and out dribble, works her way down the right side, puts it up in traffic, off the back of the rim, no good. Parsons the rebound for South Sevier.
Yeah, great defense by South Sevier, hands up.
Patterson the other way, crosses over, dribbles left against Bradshaw, got cut off, has the ball knocked away by Bradshaw, and a reach-in foul will be called as Danzy Bradshaw picks up her first, team second.
Yeah, Brittany Crum the only one with foul trouble. Danzy Bradshaw, just swipe down. That's a tough one not to call.
Abigail Cox back into the game for Taisley Marshall for the Beavers. Inbounding underneath is Mills. 2:04 to go in the first half. 7-point Beaver lead. She'll lob it out to Parsons on the left junction. Right junction to Jensen. Backdoor cut for Buckmiller. Ball gets knocked away. It's on the ground. Two Beavers dive for it, and Brown able to slip it out to Lurth.
Close to a travel.
Lurth right wing has it knocked away by Patterson. Out of bounds it goes. Last touch by South Sevier. Beaver basketball.
Well, Sydney Patterson took one right in the eyebrow. I hope she's okay, but again, that aggression by Patterson, little danger of the two fouls, but so good defensively.
Bradshaw with it up top for the Beavers. Under 2 to go in the half. Right wing to Brown. Up top Bradshaw, left side high to Cox, high post to Lurth. Dribbles around Parsons, pump fake, got Jensen in the air, misses the layup. Rebound, battled for, and Lurth able to get it out to Brown. Up top Bradshaw, left side high to Cox. Short corner to Lurth, driving baseline, got cut off, comes back out to Cox. Cox skips it over right wing to Brown, sets for three. Air ball hard, and Cox the backside rebound. Throws it away as Patterson comes over the steal.
Yeah, Patterson, great job with the angle.
Left wing Buckmiller, pump fake on the shot, Brown got in the air, drives through the defense, wave off the shot, foul called on the drive.
Yeah, I think I'll be on Abigail Cox. Not sure. We'll see what the official call is.
That is correct, as Cox picks up her first, third team foul this quarter on the Beavers.
Not a bad foul. That's one of those that she had an easy layup without the foul.
Buckmiller lobs it out for Jensen. Jensen going to go off the curl, left to right, down the lane, scoop and score. Kinley Jensen with 6.
Yeah, what a play as she was going all the way, had the angle, the lane, and the score.
22-17 Beaver. Approaching a minute left in the first half. Left side high Cox. Up top to Bradshaw. Bounces right wing to Brown. Brown cut off. Goes down the lane to Lurth. Turn around, wide open 12-footer. Too hard. Lurth follows her shot, but dribbles it out of bounds on the rebound attempt.
Yeah, she couldn't decide what she was going to do, it appeared, as she tried to get that from bouncing out. Marshall back in the game, replacing Lurth.
49 seconds to go in the half. 22-17 Beaver.
It's a big possession for South Sevier. Down 5, a bucket and going into the end of the half would be huge for the Rams.
Up top with it is Parsons. Hands off to Jensen, working right to left. Kicks a left wing to Patterson. Patterson works her way up top. Right side to Mills. Got it tight by Brown. Gives it to Jensen. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Left wing they go to Patterson. They reset as she backs out, down to 10 seconds. Off the screen by Jensen, nothing on the roll. Goes left wing to Mills, three-pointer on the way. Off the rim, no good. Rebound in the corner by Bradshaw. 15 seconds to go in the half, shot clock turned off. Bradshaw the other way. Drives through, kicks it out to the wing to Marshall. Marshall has a ball poked away by Patterson, picked up by Cox to Bradshaw for 3. Short off the rim. Rebound by Patterson, and won't be able to get a shot off, and that'll be how the first half comes to an end. Through 2 quarters of play in this 2A girls quarterfinal. It is number 4 Beaver 22, number 5 South Sevier 17. We've got the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show coming up next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
The City of Monroe is proud to have its own power company and to support South Sevier athletics. Monroe City Power delivers nice, bright lights for every South Sevier athletic event at home. Having a public power company enables Monroe City to provide community improvements that could not be afforded otherwise, while keeping rates down at the same time. The City of Monroe and Monroe City Electric Department are proud of their South Sevier Rams and wish them well in all endeavors.
As a parent, you never want to see your child struggling with suicidal thoughts. But today, the threat is hidden deep within their phones. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents, Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk?
We at Centricom want to help every family protect their children. Get bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Discover squeaky cheese, hand-dipped ice cream, and family-friendly bathrooms all at the Creamery, Beavers Cheese Store. With an expanded storefront, you can explore our farm-to-table story, sample our signature cheeses, enjoy breakfast or lunch at the Creamery kitchen, or shop some of Utah's favorite products from specialty cheeses to local honey and jam. Stop on in and discover what the excitement is all about. Visit the Creamery in Beaver at 165 South, 500 West, now open Sundays noon to 6 and extended hours Thursdays and Fridays until 8 p.m.
Some hands swing rackets or grip irons. Some make winning plays or navigate steep trails. And some hands heal. They mend broken bones, deliver new life, set us on the right path, and help us feel better again. At Sevier Valley Hospital, our hands are here to help and heal.
Good luck to the Lady Wildcats and Lady Rams this year from Red Rock Construction. Call Red Rock Construction for all your painting needs, indoor or outdoor, commercial or residential. And remember, Red Rock Construction for any remodeling projects as well, no matter how big or small. Whether it's the bathroom, kitchen, finishing a basement, or simple repairs to the home, call Red Rock Construction at 979-5335. That's Red Rock Construction at 979-5335. 979-5335. Red Rock Construction.
Mason Machinery has MacDon's M1240 windrower that offers cab features to keep operators safe, comfortable, and productive all day long, including Ultra Glide cab suspension, a high-back multi-adjustable air ride seat, Bluetooth radio, warning beacons, and a fully adjustable steering column. The deluxe option takes it further with heated vented leather seating, power mirrors, and a 360-degree night vision to keep you cutting long after the sun sets. The M1240 is the next level of harvesting performance. Ask Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora about an M1240 for your operation.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the America First Event Center at Southern Utah University. This is the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show. Jones and DeMille applauds the teams for hard work, dedication, and commitment. The race for excellence has no finish line with Jones and DeMille Engineering. At the half, it is number 4 Beaver 22, number 5 South Sevier 17 in this 2A girls quarterfinal matchup. Scott, your takeaway from this first half?
Well, I'm kind of proud of myself. I said defense would win out. 22-17, very low scoring for these two teams. Both of them exceptionally good defensively. This was played. I mean, Beavers got the 5-point lead, but honestly played almost to a draw.
Yeah, and the 5-point lead is South Sevier 0 for 0 at the free throw line. Yeah. Beaver 6 for 8.
And really, as you look at the stats, you want me to go over those a little bit?
Ahead.
Because really, there's a little bit of difference. Overall, the Beavers shooting 30% from the field. South Sevier 32. 1 for 5 for 3 for the Rams. 2 for 8 for the Beavers. So 20%, 25%. Inside 5 for 15, 7 for 20. And so the two teams have taken almost the same amount of shots. 17 rebounds for the Beaver girls. For the Rams, 13. So close there. Turnover 7 for South Sevier, 5 for the Beavers. And really very little difference between these two teams at halftime. And it's the free throws. 6 out of 8.
Yeah, slight rebound edge to Beaver, slight turnover edge to Beaver. But 5-point game, and Beavers are in control at this point. But it's a long way to go, 16 minutes.
A long way to go, but then also we talked about would someone else come in and do something, but we've got a different conversation because you've got Danzy Bradshaw with 1 point,
right?
Leading the Beavers, and you've got Kinley Jensen with 6 points, leading the Rams. And credit the defense. Don't focus on the players' scores, but just great defense by these two teams.
Yes,
and
it is.
You've got Brown with 0 points and Bradshaw with 1. You have 0 points for Miller and only 6 points apiece for Jensen and Patterson. So really the defense has been very effective for these two teams.
Yes, it has. And as you talked about Kansas Mills before, just the 1 3-pointer made, and then Caitlin Ilson just 2 points, and sat much of the game because of foul trouble.
Yeah, and big trouble with the fouls there. And Talia Lisa inside was just dominant in that first half, 12 points.
Yeah.
She's more than doubled the next person in scoring.
Yes, she has. So at the half, it's 22-17. Beaver leads South Sevier. Again, the winner of this game moves on to play North Summit tomorrow afternoon in the semifinals. The loser will drop down to play Intermountain Christian tomorrow morning. That'll be the 11-10 game tomorrow morning in that one. So That gives you an idea of what's coming up next for these two squads. We'll take a quick break here inside the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show. Come back and get you ready for the second half next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. Team Hive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
When Bark detects a digital danger, I receive automatic alerts so that I can deal with problems as they arise, while still respecting my son's privacy by not having to read through every single message. Bark even delivers research-backed recommendations on dealing with the issue. This helps me and my son work together, trust each other, and build a deeper bond. Bark has helped protect millions of children while detecting tens of thousands of severe self-harm situations. Bark brings us closer together.
Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Drive for a winning team. DP Curtis Trucking works hard to move America and get their drivers home on the weekend. DP Curtis hires reliable drivers with competitive starting pay and raises after 90 days. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, and attainable bonuses, and more. Why would you drive for anyone else? Call DP Curtis Trucking for details, 435-893-2900. That's 435-893-2900, or click on dpcurtis.com.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Christensen, CTE Director for Sevier, Paiute, and Wayne School Districts. Do you know what career pathways are offered at your high school? Career and Technical Education provides career exploration and career guidance through 35 CTE career pathways. This gives students a direct connection between doing well in high school and being able to transition smoothly to post-secondary opportunities that include on-the-job training, certificate programs, and 2- and 4-year college degrees. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has served the unique needs of the ag industry. No one knows and protects farmers and ranchers better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. Local agent Rachel McCulley is proud to support our farming and ranching community with the best coverage options available. When it comes to farm insurance, we are the experts. Wishing our Lady Beavers a safe and successful state basketball tournament.
Jones and DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a professional, personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they are committed to providing value beyond the project. It is their goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Serving our local communities is something they are proud of, and it has been their privilege to do so for the past 40 years. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Your connection for high school sports, Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the America First Event Center at the Southern Utah University campus. 22-17 is your halftime score as we wrap up the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show. Champions are propelled by dedication, teamwork, commitment, vision, and a desire to be their best. Jones and DeMille Engineering, your local award-winning engineering firm. And it's a 5-point Beaver lead. Scott, what keys do you see for these two teams now going into the second half?
I'm going to stick with my defensive one, but I'm going to add one more too, is that the star power. You know, which star is going to come out? Talia Lisa so far, she's dominated this game. Who's the next one? Is it Jensen, Patterson, Nielsen, Mills, or is it Lurth, Marshall, Brown, Elisa, Crum? I mean, I think, you know, we kind of talked about that. Who's next up? I'm going to say which of the starters is going to step up, and then coaching adjustments, always a key.
Yes, they are, that's for sure. The Beavers will run their starters on the floor. Well, maybe. Is Brittany Crum coming out? Nope, she's not.
Nope,
just giving
starters.
everybody ready. So it will be Bradshaw, Marshall, Brown, Lurth, and Elisa. Starters as well for South Sevier as Caitlin Nielsen comes out with her 3 fouls, along with Mills, Patterson, Jensen, and Miller.
One more key to keep an eye on. You know, Caitlin Nielsen, 3 fouls, 2 fouls for Sydney Patterson. So just, you know, something to pay attention to.
South Sevier basketball. Nelson goes left junction to Jensen. Backdoor cut for Patterson. Makes the catch. Reverse layup. No good. Contested by Bradshaw. Rebound out of bounds off of Beaver. South Sevier ball on the baseline.
South Sevier student body definitely agreed with that call.
Yes, they did. Nielsen lobs it out to Patterson on the right junction. She curls down the left side of the lane, hangs in the air, off the glass, no good. Jensen, the rebound, goes back up, no good. And Elisa pulls it down for the Beavers. Bradshaw guarded by Patterson in the backcourt, brings it up the floor. Bounces ahead to Marshall, underneath to Elisa, got wide open, but again, no backside help, and Elisa with 14.
Yeah, how about the entry pass once again from Marshall?
Patterson up top. Left wing to Mills, pump fake, dribbles into the right hand, scoops to the left, no good. A foul called, will be on the drive or the shot. He's conferring with the other officials. Foul will go on Alina Lerth, and it will be free throws for Kansas Mills.
I figured that was going to be on the ground, but she got the shot away.
Second foul on Lerth. First team foul on Beaver this quarter.
First free throws of the game.
For South Sevier.
Yep.
And Mills round the rim and drops it in. 4 points now for Mills.
Cuts the lead to 6.
Second free throw, got the bounce. She used the rim to help her go in, but she got them both to go.
So she can shoot the threes and the free throws.
24-19, Beaver by 5. Left side high to Brown. Dribbles to the middle, right wing to Bradshaw. Bradshaw driving baseline, got cut off. Bounces it up top to Brown. She'll hand off to Lerth. Lerth goes to the wing to Marshall, into the corner to Bradshaw. Lobs underneath for Elisa, makes the catch. Backside help was there this time. The shot rimmed out, and Miller the rebound for South Sevier. Patterson up ahead. One-hand pass looking for Jensen. Knocked it out of bounds by the Beavers. South Sevier ball on the baseline.
Now, that was Bradshaw tipping that out. Marshall also there might have had that one.
Nielsen will inbound underneath for South Sevier. Not much movement. Should just lob left side to Jensen. Dribbles in against Elisa. Now steps around her. Runner with the right hand. No good. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Patterson. Beaver basketball.
Patterson got pretty lucky there, not picking the over the back. Picking up the over the back foul. She held her hands up really quickly, said, no, I didn't do it.
5-point Beaver lead. Up ahead it comes to the wing to Brown. Brown bounces it out. Marshall, high post now to Lerth. Miller knocks it away and comes up with a steal.
Yeah, Lerth's got to pay attention when she turned, and Miller right there to knock it down.
Nielsen left wing. Hesitation dribble, spins into the lane, puts up the 6-footer, missed it short off the rim. Rebound to Gentry Brown. Down the floor she comes, gets around Patterson. Continues to dribble, goes right wing to Marshall. Up top Bradshaw. Pump fake on the shot. Drives in, pull up 14-footer down the lane. Too hard. Got her own rebound. Drives left side. Pull up 10-footer. Blocked and a foul called. If it's on Patterson, that's her third.
I think it is. It's either on Patterson or Nielsen, and that is 3 on Sydney Patterson. That's trouble. It was either Nielsen or Patterson. I'm not sure if 4 on Nielsen's better than 3 on Patterson, but Bradshaw, got that offensive rebound, put it back up and in, create the contact. It's so hard to not foul on those reaction type plays.
Yep. Bradshaw gets the bounce on the first free throw. She now has 2 points.
Both free throws, 2 for 3.
One more coming for Bradshaw. Second free throw, good. Nothing but net on that one. Back to a 7-point Beaver lead, 26-19. Patterson across the timeline, 6:05 to go in the third quarter. Up top to Jensen. Hands off on the wing to Mills. Mills curls into the lane, kicks it out to Nielsen. 3-pointer on the way, off the rim, no good. Rebound underneath, and a foul will be called against Beavers. South Sevier ball on the baseline. Goes on Alina Lerth. That will be the third on Lerth. So Brittany Crum into the game for Lerth.
Yeah, quickly out. Lerth with only 1 point, averaging 8 a game.
Miller to inbound, just throws it out to Patterson on the left junction. Hands it off to Nielsen. Nielsen backing down the defense, goes right wing to Jensen. Thought about the long 2, now dribbles in the lane, kicks it out to Patterson, pump fake, drives left side, got cut off by the help defense, turn around 8-footer, missed it short off the rim, and the rebound to Marshall. Bradshaw the other way, guarded tight by Patterson. Beaver wanted a foul call there. Doesn't get it. Got a few fans off their seats.
Yes, they did.
Marshall left wing, guarded by Miller. Dribbles around her. Kicks it right side to Crum. Step for the open 3. Off the back of the rim. Elisa the rebound. No good on the putback. Nielsen with the board for South Sevier.
Open shots, both.
And now Nielsen's pass is intercepted by Bradshaw. Bradshaw driving right side. Put it up off the glass and in. And it's a 9-point Beaver lead, their largest.
First bucket of the game for Danzy Bradshaw. She has 5.
Patterson with it. Goes to Nielsen, 28-19 Beaver. 4:58 to go in the third quarter. And a timeout called by Coach Johnson. Will take it. 4:56 to go in the third. It's number 4 Beaver 28, number 5 South Sevier 19 in the girls 2A quarterfinal on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Just a reminder, Albee Lumber in Manti and Monroe custom manufactures trusses to order. Give them a call if you need a quote on trusses for your building project, large or small. Albee has architectural shingles on sale, plus great deals on Trex decking. Need power tools? Albee Lumber has a full line of power tools at great prices right now. Come in and check the sale items with new deals every week at Albee Lumber in Manti and Monroe, where the wood is good and so is the hardware.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a professional, personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they are committed to providing value beyond the project. It is their goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Serving our local communities is something they are proud of, and it has been their privilege to do so for the past 40 years. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
It's in Monroe.
Welcome back here to the American First Event Center on the campus of Southern Utah University. South Sevier basketball coming out of the timeout. 9-point Beaver lead. Right corner, Miller with it.
Critical time for South Sevier.
Miller drives right around the defense, misses the layup. Patterson the offensive rebound, and she's fouled.
That foul might be on Bradshaw or Brown with the reach. It's Brown.
So Gentry Brown will pick up her first. Team's second.
So that
team's third.
That's one of those rare times where someone's been able to drive right to the bucket.
Nielsen goes left side to Patterson, guarded by Bradshaw. Baby hook, got it to go. Cindy Patterson now with 8.
Yeah, Patterson, she does that so well. Just a little bit of fall back, a fadeaway jumper in the middle.
Bradshaw goes to Crum. They lob in for Elisa. Overthrew her. Out of bounds it goes off the fingertips of Elisa. And South Sevier ball. Beaver saying it was touched by South Sevier. Coach Marshall pleading his case. The official disagrees.
It won't matter. South Sevier ball. The Boo Birds out.
Abigail Cox into the game for Beaver. Nelson will walk it up for South Sevier. Picked up by Brown. Left wing to Patterson. Looking for Mills in the curl, not there. Goes right wing to Jensen. Picks up her dribble, skips it out to Miller. Out to Jensen. Jensen drives the lane, goes left wing to Patterson. Thought about the shot, now backs out. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Right wing Nielsen. Down the lane to Patterson, and a foul will be called on Danzy Bradshaw. That'll be her second, team's 4th this quarter.
Yeah, credit Patterson. What she did is she made herself big and made Bradshaw go around the side through the body for the foul.
Bradshaw stopped the official and said, hey, watch for her circling her elbows around me.
South Sevier in the bonus the rest of the way. 4 minutes left. Only one team foul for the Rams.
Nielsen lobs out to Jensen. 17-footer on the way. Off the rim, no good. Bradshaw the rebound for the Beavers. Under 4 to go in the quarter. 7-point Beaver lead. Cox goes high post to Brown. Right side high to Bradshaw. Into the corner, Crum. Wide open 3. Air ball. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Elisa. South Sevier ball.
Yeah, good look. Just nothing there. Lisa tried to get her hands on it, but it came off too quick off the side.
Nelson brings it up. Left wing to Patterson. Nothing on the dribble drive. Comes back out to Nielsen. Guarded tight by Crum. Reverses, goes left wing to Patterson for 3. Off the glass, didn't draw iron. Jensen the backside rebound and the putback. Kinley Jensen with 8.
Yeah, now these two teams have traded 6 apiece. 2 buckets, 2 free throws. Back to the halftime margin.
Left side high Cox. Pass up top for Bradshaw on the T-Bird logo. Right wing to Crum. Looking for Elisa inside. Guarded by Parsons. Gets it to her. Kicks it out left wing to Bradshaw. Bradshaw works her way in against Patterson. Lost the basketball. Got it back. Goes to Cox. Right wing Crum. Crum bounces out to Cox. Lobs inside to Brown. Brown got through the defense as they fell away. Shot off the glass. No good. And Parsons the rebound.
Now South Sevier can chip into this Beaver lead.
Chance to make it a 1-possession game. Left wing Nielsen. She comes up top as Coach Johnson calls out the offensive set. 2:43 to go in the quarter. Left junction Parsons. Backdoor cut looking for Mills. And great defense by Crum. Knocked it out of bounds. Last touch by Beaver. So South Severe ball on the baseline.
Yeah, Crum did a good job of not maintaining the contact. Hands up. Goes off of her.
Alina Lerth back into the game for the Beavers as Cox comes out. So Lerth gets to come in still with those 3 fouls in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Right junction Jensen dribbles down the left side. Takes a bump off the back of the rim. No good. And the rebound taken by Lerth for the Beavers. Good defense by Elisa. Bodied her up, but stayed straight up. Left wing Brown. Backs out in the corner. Here comes the trap. Goes high post to Lerth. Wide open 15-footer. Knocks it down. Alina Lerth with her first basket. She has 3 points. Timeout called by Coach Marshall. 2:18 to go in the third. It's Beaver 30, South Severe 23 in the 2A quarterfinal on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
As tax season once again approaches, remember Kimball & Roberts at 176 North Main in Richfield. Kimball & Roberts will save you time and stress this year when they file your state and federal taxes. The tax professionals at Kimball & Roberts know and understand all the new tax codes and lingo, so you don't have to. They can also help you find deductions and credits that you may miss. Skip the stress and headache and visit Kimball & Roberts at 176 North Main in Richfield or call 896-6488.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Coming out of the timeout, 7-point Beaver lead, 2:18 to go in the third. Coach Marshall called the timeout. South Severe basketball with the length of the floor to go. Whitley Goebel into the game for South Severe.
It really feels like South Severe is going to make a run at some point. Right now, down 7 has just been back and forth, and neither team is really taking control of this game at all.
Nielsen up top, bounces right wing to Patterson. Off the screen, nothing there on the roll. Comes out to Nielsen, pump fake on the shot, dribbles in the lane, got past the defense, puts up the runner, missed it short off the rim. Rebound by Bradshaw. She'll bring it up the floor ahead to Crum. Crum dribbles in, 15-footer blocked from behind by Nielsen. Ball's loose, and Bradshaw has it. She'll take the deep college three. Snuck it over the front of the rim. Danzy Bradshaw with 8, and it's a 10-point Beaver lead.
Yeah, 7 in the third quarter for Bradshaw.
Right wing Patterson. Up top to Nielsen. Goes right wing to Jensen. Skips it underneath to Parsons, who got wide open, misses the shot, but draws the foul, and Alina Lerth will pick up her 4th.
What a great pass as you watch this. Caught it in the short corner, just caught Lerth looking away. What a great pass by Kinley Jensen.
So Parsons will toe the charity stripe.
No bench points for the Rams, so this would be bench points 1 and 2 with 2 free throws.
First one is good. Into the game for Lerth will be Taisley Marshall as Lerth leaves with that 4th foul with 1:30 to go in the third quarter.
We were talking about South Severe in a little more danger, but Lerth quickly picks up 2. She'll take a break.
The second one for Parsons off the back of the rim and in. She's got 2. 8-point Beaver lead, 33-25, 1:27 to go in the quarter. Bradshaw across the timeline.
South Severe 4 for 4 in the second half.
Right side high, and Nielsen took it out of the hands of Crum, and the official calls the jump ball first. Possession arrow keeps it with the Beavers.
Yeah, just a little bit of a late whistle. I think it's the right call. There was a pause, 4 hands on the ball. She just said, my bad, I called it late.
Brown to inbound. Into the corner to Crum. And she traveled as she was trying to create space. Beaver turnover.
So Nielsen comes up, gives that bump on the backside, and Crum with the double step.
I gave the bump, but then gave way. Creating that double step, as you said. Nielsen will bring it up the floor. Left wing to Goebel. Curls it to Jensen down the lane. Lost the basketball, knocked it out of bounds. Last touch by Jensen, and it will be Beaver basketball.
And Danzy Bradshaw didn't go after that ball, and I wondered about that, but she knew it was off of South Severe. I was like, why didn't she go after that?
A little pressure provided by Goebel for South Severe. Bradshaw able to get it. Goes right wing as she traveled. Did Bradshaw. She tried to get it ahead to Crum.
And Coach John Marshall just said, hey, just stop, set your feet, and make your pass. A little sloppy right now.
Back-to-back turnovers.
Yeah.
Under a minute to go in the quarter. 8-point Beaver lead. 33-25. South Severe with the ball. Left wing Goebel. Comes up top to Jensen. Goes to the wing to Nielsen on the right side. Up top Patterson. Back to Nilsson on the wing. She'll rise for three. Nothing but net. Caitlin Nilsson with 5. A big three-pointer for the Rams.
That was huge, and it cuts the lead to 5 as well.
33-28 your score. 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Down the lane goes Gentry Brown. Spins the opposite way. The baby hook off the back of the rim and in. Gentry Brown with her first points.
Yeah, first bucket of the game for Gentry Brown. And she does such a great job with her footwork as she turns to the inside with the baby hook.
Shot clock turned off. 17 seconds to go in the quarter. 7-point Beaver lead. Nilsson goes right wing to Patterson. Works away to the free throw line. Curls down the left side of the lane. Scoops it off the glass. No good. Rebound tipped out. Nilsson has it. She gets it off the glass to go and in. Caitlin Nilsson with 7. Tansy Bradshaw, I don't know if she realized where the clock was at as the quarter runs out. And at the end of 3, it is number 4 Beaver 35. Number 5 South Sevier 30. 8 minutes to go in this 2A girls quarterfinal on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. Team Hive got live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
When Bark detects a digital danger, I receive automatic alerts so that I can deal with problems as they arise, while still respecting my son's privacy by not having to read through every single message. Bark even delivers research-backed recommendations on dealing with the issue. This helps me and my son work together, trust each other, and build a deeper bond. Bark has helped protect millions of children while detecting tens of thousands of severe self-harm situations. Bark brings us closer together.
Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
When you're in the mood for mouth-watering dishes prepared by the finest chefs in Utah, visit Timberline Inn in Beaver. For a family dinner outing or for a night out with that special someone, experience fine dining for breakfast, lunch, or dinner at Timberline Inn. Timberline also offers catering services for both small groups or large gatherings, and you can't beat their popular lunch and dinner specials offered daily. Timberline Inn is open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. and located on the South I-15 interchange in Beaver. Call for catering 438-2474.
Your connection for high school sports, Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
We're back here at the America First Event Center. South for basketball to start the fourth quarter, down 5, 35-30. Jensen goes up top to Whitley Goebel. Goebel goes left side down the lane to Parsons. Got great positions as he spins inside, misses the layup. Jensen the rebound, goes back up and in, and it's a one-possession, 3-point game.
Yeah, that was a huge rebound by Jensen.
It's currently a 7-2 run by South Sevier to pull to within 3. Right junction is Brown. She'll back out on the wing and put the 3 up, blocked by Nilsson, and a jump ball called. It'll stay with Beaver.
Yeah, good job. She didn't know Nilsson was there as she went up, and luckily it wasn't a travel with the held ball.
It'll be Beaver basketball on the baseline. Bradshaw to inbound. They've got 4 around the perimeter. Comes out right side high to Brown. Left side high to Crum. Sets her feet. 3 on the way. Off the rim. No good. Rebound by Marshall. She'll go back up. Blocked by Jensen. And Jensen comes down with it for the Rams. Caitlin Nilsson the other way for South Sevier. Hands off to Patterson. Patterson gets cut off by Elisa. Lost the basketball. And Elisa comes up with a steal.
Elisa did a really good job of maintaining. Patterson just lost her footing.
Bradshaw picks up her dribble. Being trapped, steps through it, goes high to Brown. Brown going to drive right, puts up the runner, off the back of the rim, no good. Parsons the rebound for the Rams.
Not the looks the Beavers want, as they've been a little bit out of control in these first couple sets in the fourth quarter.
Under 7 to go in the game, 3-point Beaver lead. Nilsson, left wing to Patterson. Up top, Jensen. Right wing, Goebel. Guarded tight by Crum. Goes left side to Jensen. Defense sagging, thought about the long 2. Instead goes right wing to Nilsson. Might have got away with the travel there. Pass inside to Jensen. Elisa, gone her tight, kicks it right side to Goebel. Open 3. Off the rim, no good. Backside rebound by Patterson. She goes back up, no good. Rebound by Jensen. She'll go up and draws the foul. And free throws coming for Kinley Jensen.
Yeah, the hustle plays going the way of the South Sevier Rams. As I think were there 3 offensive rebounds, technically.
Tansy Bradshaw picks up her 3rd.
So trouble for the Beavers with that play as well.
Kinley Jensen's first free throws of the game. She leads South Sevier with 10 points. Off the back of the rim, no good.
First miss of the game for South Sevier, 4 out of 5.
One more free throw for Jensen. Second one, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Elisa. Bradshaw will bring it up, cut off by Patterson. Picked up now in the trap.
I want to point out
dribble. Go ahead.
Goebel allowing Patterson to not have to play that top.
Yeah.
She's done a really good job of hurting the ball carriers.
Patterson tips it, but Bradshaw makes a great catch. Tries to pass inside to Elisa. Out of bounds it goes as Bradshaw went to the floor. No foul called and a Beaver turnover as a result.
I think Bradshaw might have stepped on the foot of Sydney Patterson, and that caused her to lose her footing. Ball goes out of bounds, out of control, as you mentioned.
6:03 to go in the game. 3-point Beaver lead, 35-32. South Sevier basketball. Patterson up the floor. Right wing to Jensen. Lobs in for Parsons. Working on Marshall off the glass, and in, and it's a 1-point game.
Beavers yet to score a bucket in this fourth quarter.
Elisa goes high to Brown. Brown drives left side, puts it up against Patterson. High off the glass, no good. Elisa the rebound, lost it out of bounds as her and Jensen got tangled up, and both went to the floor. South Sevier ball.
They're letting them play here at the Merrick First Event Center.
35-34, Beaver leads, 5:43 to go in the game in this 4-5 matchup.
Yeah, right now the momentum with the South Sevier Rams.
Beaver led 33-23. It's currently an 11-2 South Sevier run. Patterson on the left wing, low block into Parsons. Working on Marshall, kicks it right wing to Nilsson. Looking for Parsons again. Nothing there, lobs it out to Jensen. Skips it left wing to Goebel. Now low block into Parsons, working on Marshall. Puts up the shot, off the rim, no good. Jensen the rebound, goes back up, no good. Tipped out to Parsons. Right corner to Patterson, she'll drive in the lane. Dumps it off to Parsons, 6-footer on the baseline, no good. Elisa the rebound for the Beavers.
The South Sevier crowd just waiting to erupt with the lead change.
Bradshaw across the timeline. South Sevier hasn't led since 6-4. Right wing Crum for three. In and out. Rebound, knocked out of bounds by Parsons. Beaver basketball on the baseline.
And Beavers crowd waiting to erupt both. And it really, you can feel the energy in the gymnasium, just waiting for one of these teams to take charge. So far, South Sevier in the fourth quarter.
Alina Lerth back into the game for Beaver. Brown that drives the lane, blocked on the shot by Jensen. And it'll be a jump ball between Goebel and Crum, and South Sevier will, no, they call. Did she call a foul?
No, they called the jump ball. Yep.
I just saw the closed fist when she came down.
Yep.
So jump ball, it'll be South Sevier basketball.
And this is the third chance for South Sevier to take the lead at 35-34.
That's down the floor. Of course, they had about 4 shots they missed last time.
Right.
Patterson on the T-Bird logo. Right wing to Nilsson. Off the screen by Jensen, nothing on the roll. Up top, Patterson. Picked up by Brown. She crosses over. Left wing, she goes to Goebel. Goebel cut off on the drive, tries to get it to Parsons. Ball got tipped away, and it's picked up by Crum. Out of bounds, she throws it off of Patterson. Beaver basketball.
Yeah, Crum did a really nice job of maintaining control. She had nowhere to go, was able to play the heads-up play, knocking off Sydney Patterson.
Kansas Mills into the game for Whitley Goebel. As you mentioned, great minutes for Goebel, defensively especially.
If you had a sub of the game, it might be Goebel right now.
1-point Beaver lead, 4:20 to go in the game. Left side high, Brown. Here comes the South Sevier trap. Ball gets tipped, and Jensen has it. Jensen down the middle of the floor. Lobs up ahead to Patterson, and wave off the shot. Traveling violation called.
Yeah, again, letting them play, but Kansas Mills gets the hand in the passing lane, creates the turnover on the Beavers. Turnover back for the Rams. Still, neither team taking control.
Bradshaw brings it up. Patterson picks her up at the top of that 1-2-2 trap. Right winger goes to Crum. Crum takes a bump from Patterson, and that will be the 4th on Sydney Patterson.
She's been flirting with that for a while, a lot of contact, and now she'll have to be a little more careful. Still a lot of basketball to play, 4 minutes left.
Each team with just 1 team foul here in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes to go. As you mentioned, timeout called. We'll take it. It's Beaver 35, South Sevier 34 in this girls 2A quarterfinal game on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
The only time we want to hear the sound of crashing metal is at the Demolition Derby. When it happens to you, don't despair. Trust 2 guys who care. Tony and Dave's Auto in Beaver. They have the experience to restore your ride, from new cars or trucks to classic muscle cars. Tony and Dave have years of experience in collision and automotive repair. When you bring your car or truck to Tony and Dave's Auto, you can trust 2 guys who care. Located at 115 North Main in Beaver, 435-438-5400. They are as American as red, white, and Beaver High School blue.
The City of Monroe is proud to have its own power company and to support South Sevier athletics. Monroe City Power delivers nice, bright lights for every South Sevier athletic event at home. Having a public power company enables Monroe City to provide community improvements that could not be afforded otherwise, while keeping rates down at the same time. The City of Monroe and Monroe City Electric Department are proud of their South Sevier Rams and wish them well in all endeavors.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
4 minutes to go in the game, 35-34. Beaver leads South Sevier. Beaver basketball on the baseline, 4 around the perimeter. Right wing to Brown. Hands it off to Bradshaw as they set up the offense. Right wing Brown.
Beavers without a bucket in this fourth quarter.
Left side they go to Crum. Bounces up top to Bradshaw. Gets it into the corner to Brown. Wide open three. Air ball hard. Backside rebound is saved by Crum. Picked up by Lerth. Put it up off the glass and in. 3-point Beaver lead.
Oh, you got to credit Brittany Crum with the save that results in the 3-point lead.
37-34 Beavers. Caitlin Nilsson nearly loses it off the dribble. Gets it up top to Parsons. Parsons, defense just kind of fell away from her. Kicks it right corner to Mills for 3 in the tie. Air ball hard. And the backside rebound to Talia Alisa.
Nilsson and Brown go down hard, both up.
Bradshaw hesitation dribble, drives the lane, puts up the shot against contact, missed it short, and Mills the rebound for South Sevier. Remains a long one-possession game, 37-34 Beaver, 3 minutes to go. Patterson crosses over, left wing to Nilsson. She comes out to Jensen, crosses over, drives in the left hand, puts up the runner, off the glass, no good, but a foul called, and free throws coming for Kinley Jensen.
So we'll see which the call. Is that on Talia Alisa? It is on Alisa. Jensen made sure of the contact.
So that's the first on Alisa, second team foul on Beaver with 2:52 to go in the game.
Might have been an offensive foul had the contact not come before the shot.
First free throw from Jensen. Got the bounce. She has 11 to lead South Sevier. With Ashton Miller into the game for Kinsey Parsons for the Rams.
Parsons done a nice job off the bench as well.
One more for Jensen. Off the back of the rim, no good. Miller tips the rebound, and it's ran down by Bradshaw on the far sideline. Gets it to Crum. Crum loses it, tries to tap it ahead to Brown, and she gets tied up by Mills. It'll stay with Beaver.
I mean, you know, it's interesting why they don't give that to Danzy Bradshaw and say, hey, bring that up. And I think Coach Marshall wants to know the same thing, because that was just an awkward possession overall.
Timeout called. We'll take it. 2:44 to go in the game. 37-35. Beaver leads South Sevier in the 2A quarterfinals on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Team Hive, and KSL Sports.
There is an athlete in all of us that helps us accomplish the ordinary and the extraordinary. Every once in a while, we all need some help. At Sevier Valley Hospital, we are proud to care for you and our community, wherever you are in your athletic journey.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
2:44 to go in the game as we come out of this timeout. You mentioned that last sequence there, and Coach Marshall maybe correcting that. Danzy Bradshaw made that save on the sideline and threw it out to Crum, and Crum just took it and went.
Right.
And as opposed to just getting it back to Bradshaw.
Well, and the reason that's such an issue is because of the incredible defense by South Sevier. You know, that trap has been effective in bothering the ball handlers. And so, you know, that's why you want to get it in the hands of Danzy Bradshaw.
Brown to inbound.
Never mind.
Comes out to Crum, now right wing to Bradshaw. Cut off on the drive, comes up top to Crum. Left wing to Brown. Skips it for Bradshaw, makes the catch, drives in, takes a bump from Jensen, draws the foul, misses the shot off the rim, but Bradshaw heads the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Bradshaw takes the contact and almost makes the bucket. Watch this. This gets close. Bradshaw steps in, takes the hard bump, is going backwards, and just barely misses.
That's the second foul on Jensen, second team foul on South Sevier this quarter as Bradshaw makes the first one.
Yeah, big free throws. Down to 2:31 left in the game. Free throws might be the difference. Was in the first half, might be in the second as well.
She can make it a 2-possession game with the second one. Off the front of the rim and got it to go.
Shooters roll.
10 for Bradshaw.
And 5 for 6 from the line.
4-point Beaver lead, 39-35. Left wing Nilsson. Nothing on the curl to Mills. Backs down Brown, goes out to Patterson. Looking for Jensen, not there, comes right wing to Mills. Pump fake, dribbles in the lane, steps through, scoop with the right hand, got it to go. What a finish for Kansas Mills.
Yeah, how about Kansas Mills? And she just kept going on that left side with the left hand. Beautiful finish.
39-37, Beavers. Bradshaw with it. Goes left wing to Brown. Dribbles to the left junction, kicks to the corner to Crum. Crum picked up by Nilsson, comes up top to Bradshaw. Left wing Brown. Skips it underneath to Crum, gets the shot up, in and out. Nilsson the rebound for South Sevier.
Boy, credit Jensen, goes flying to bother the shot.
So South Sevier can tie or take the lead here with 1:36 to go in the game. Nilsson hands it off to Patterson. Up top to Mills, right wing Miller. Looking for Jensen, got it to her, working on Elisa. Puts it up against her, missed it short off the glass. Bradshaw the rebound for the Beavers with 1:20 to go.
Yeah, Elisa played that very well, maintained the contact, backed up, hands up.
Coach Marshall telling Danzy Bradshaw to slow it down.
Beavers can take this down to about 45 seconds left in the game, leading by 2.
Now Nilsson's going to come out on Bradshaw. Left wing to Brown. Off the screen by Lurth, picked up now by Nilsson. Lobs left corner, open 3 for Bradshaw, rattles it in. Danzy Bradshaw with 13-12 in the second half, and it's a 5-point Beaver lead.
Danzy Bradshaw's most dangerous in money time.
Right side high Mills. Step back, straight away 3 as she fades away, in and out. Elisa rips down the rebound.
That one almost went in. Kansas Mills step back 3. That's a tough one.
Bradshaw, great dribbling, getting up the floor to Crum. And a foul called. It's going to go on Caitlin Nilsson. That'll be her 4th, 3rd team foul.
She's played very well with 3 fouls. She picked those up in the first half, has played a great second half avoiding the foul trouble.
Brown to inbound. Bradshaw has it. Goes to Brown on the right wing. And now there's a foul called. If it's on Nilsson, that will be her 5th.
She might not know it, but it is.
So Caitlin Nilsson will foul out with 25 seconds to go in the game.
That's a tough foul for Nilsson.
4th team foul. Whitley Goebel will come into the game, but Coach Johnson going to call a timeout first with 25 seconds left. It's Beaver 42, South Sevier 37 in this girls 2A quarterfinal game on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Good luck to the Lady Wildcats and Lady Rams this year from Red Rock Construction. Call Red Rock Construction for all your painting needs, indoor or outdoor, commercial or residential. And remember, Red Rock Construction for any remodeling projects as well, no matter how big or small. Whether it's the bathroom, kitchen, finishing a basement, or simple repairs to the home, call Red Rock Construction at 979-5335. That's Red Rock Construction at 979-5335. 979-5335. Red Rock Construction.
Mason Machinery has MacDon's M1240 windrower that offers cab features to keep operators safe, comfortable, and productive all day long, including Ultra Glide cab suspension, a high-back multi-adjustable air ride seat, Bluetooth radio, warning beacons, and a fully adjustable steering column. The deluxe option takes it further with heated vented leather seating, power mirrors, and a 360-degree night vision to keep you cutting along after the sun sets. The M1240 is the next level of harvesting performance. Ask Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora about an M1240 for your operation.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Beaver basketball out of the timeout. Gentry Brown will inbound it. And gets it in to Bradshaw. A foul will be called on Patterson. And now Patterson is fouled out for South Sevier with 23 seconds to go.
Yeah, you've just lost 2 really great players in Nilsson and Patterson, and really hurts the Rams.
So Bailey Buckmiller will check into the game for South Sevier as Danzy Bradshaw goes to the free throw line, where she is 5 for 6 tonight, including making her last 5.
Which means she will have to miss this one because the announcer's jinx. Oh,
nope. That's not real, Scott.
I think it's real, Robert.
I don't. 14 for Bradshaw. Chance to make it a 3-possession game here. Second free throw, got the bounce. 15 for Bradshaw. 14 in the second half, and Coach Marshall calls time. Again, we'll take it. 23.5 seconds to go. Beaver 44, South Sevier 37 in this girls 2A quarterfinal game on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
As a parent, you never want to see your child struggling with suicidal thoughts. But today, the threat is hidden deep within their phones. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents. Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk?
We at Centricom want to help every family protect their children. Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
7-point Beaver lead coming out of the timeout. South Sevier basketball down 44-37 with 23.5 seconds to go.
Well, he talked about at halftime the keys to the game, and I said, you know, which one of the stars is going to come out? So far, it's been Danzy Bradshaw, and the Beavers up by 7.
South Sevier couldn't decide who was going to throw it in.
Yeah, they couldn't.
Some confusion on what they're running still. Pass comes into Goebel. Again, Nilsson and Patterson are both out, which takes your 2 primary ball handlers. Kansas Mills up the floor, launches a deep 3 off the rim, high bounce, no good. Rebound, a foul on the rebound.
So which 11's going to pick up the foul?
And it's going to go on Danzy Bradshaw.
That's, you know, I didn't know. Everybody assumed it was on the Rams. I didn't see it. I think it could have gone on either.
That's the 4th on Bradshaw. 12.5 seconds left in the game.
Only
Beaver
3
in
team
comfortable
fouls,
position.
So, yeah.
Mills gets it into Goebel. Goebel goes left wing to Miller. Miller blocked on the 3 by Lurth, and Lurth comes down to the final few seconds. Will tick out the clock here as Bradshaw weaves her way through traffic, and that'll do it. The Beavers will move on to the semifinals tomorrow against #1 North Summit with a 44-37 win over South Sevier, and the Rams will drop into the consolation bracket to square off with Intermountain Christian. We'll take the break and come back with your Sunrise Engineering postgame show next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.